What's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Yes, indeed. Back in at y'all with this real talk and reactions. Yes, indeed. And this reaction right here is of a entitled woman that thinks she's too good for an Uber driver. And I may add, a 33-year-old woman that thinks she's too good for an Uber driver. Like, woman, you've spent over close to 45% of your life, or I would say your period of time on this earth, that you would be worthy of a man that you're seeming like you want, because you're not above getting and dating an Uber driver. You're not in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But hey, before I play this, y'all share, like, and subscribe. Check this out though.
Let me tell y'all how I went on a date and found out he was a Uber driver. So, I met this man on Instagram, right? So, I met him, we started chit-chatting in DM, typical conversation. So then I see my friend is following him. So of course I send his Instagram to my homegirl and I'm like, sis, do you know him? And she was like, I'm not quite sure. He might have been my Uber driver. And I'm like, huh? So then I'm like, you sure? Because in my head I'm like, why would you follow your Uber driver? And then she came back and was like, actually I don't know. I'm not sure. I met a lot of people this weekend, so it's a possibility he's not my Uber driver. So I'm like, okay, cool. And of course, I didn't think none of it because I'm like, why would you be following your Uber driver? So, yeah. So then we go on a date. We vibing, y'all. I mean, this is the first guy I've actually went on a date with since I moved to Atlanta. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm really vibing with him. I got a connection with him. I'm interested in going on another date. So I asked him, what do you do? He says he's a serial entrepreneur. So I'm like, okay, but what do you do? So then he tells me that he had to start a business with his friend and they track the wealth of black people. So I'm like, okay, that didn't sound like any money for real. So I'm like, okay, so what else do you do? So then he starts to tell me what he used to do, how he used to own a dispensary and used to. And I said, okay, but what do you do now? Men, stop telling us what you used to do. If you ain't got it now, we don't care. We don't care. So then he tells me that's it. So then I look at him and I say, you drive Uber? And I could tell it like really effed him up because he was not expecting it. Because of course you a serial entrepreneur, but you did not name that you drive Uber. So he was like, yeah, sometimes. Now, I know y'all gonna drag me in the comments and I don't give up. But y'all, I'm not dating no Uber driver. And let's not forget, he is 48. Sick on that. Now, I'm 33. I'm not dating a 48-year-old Uber driver. Like, I'm just not doing it. Like, we date up older men because they're more established, they're more settled. No, I'm not building with no man that's 48. You're basically 50. So we go to the next spot, and I had already said yes before I found out it was an Uber driver. So of course, like, my whole demeanor is totally different at the second spot.
Of course.
And
Now, it's crazy that this woman is saying this, but it's a perfect example, like so many others, of a woman that's up in age. I'm not gonna act like she's older, but she's older nothing, but she's definitely at the age to where she should be considering at least that there aren't too many more men that's going to be on the market for her. She definitely should be considering that, because I don't see how, in no way, shape, form, or fashion, she sees herself above a Uber driver. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it has nothing to do really with the man being an Uber driver, because it doesn't have nothing to do with that. Because if the man would have been an Uber driver and he had bread, she wouldn't care at all. She's I like to call them legal gold digger. You know what I'm saying? That's what she is. You know, that's what she directly is. If that man had money, she wouldn't care at all that he was an Uber driver. You can tell from her demeanor, and it's a difference. Okay, if that man actually has put the time in to make a success out of himself, at what did you say the man was? What, 48? I guarantee you he wouldn't be looking for you if he made a success and got paid heavily. Now the thing should be is that why is it a problem for him being an Uber driver as long as he still has his mindset on his goals and chasing his dreams? Because just because he's 48 doesn't mean he's out of the game. He's not tapped out. You know what I'm saying? You are the one that time is of the essence, okay? You. I don't know why women think that they're still all that and it's a bag of chips when they get older up in age. No, you're not. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You're looking for a come up. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for someone that you can come up off of. And that's wild. That's really wild. And it's sad that men don't pick up on that. The men that actually get tricked in and get caught up in situations like that, a lot of them, they deserve it because the flags are there. The red flags be there. Like if you just sit and look at the demeanor of some of these women, that's why they be wanting. That's why a lot of these cats you see, they mess around for a little bit, and I do mean a little bit, and then they pop up and get married. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women, you know what I'm saying, that be in their mid-30s, you know what I'm saying, whenever someone actually gives them the time, okay, more than likely, they'll pop up and get married very quick. Very quick. Very, very, very quick. Or at least want to get married very quick. Because a lot of them have enough sense to know, they just be too ashamed to admit it, that clock is running out. That clock is running out. Okay, she's not even all that cute. I'm not going to act like she's butt ugly, but she's not even all that cute. And the fact that she has the nerve to think that she's too good for an Uber driver, it baffles me anytime I think it out. Every time I think about it. Because you don't know what that man's ambitions are, period. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. It doesn't matter what his age is. Because that, as I ain't going to just say women say it, because men say it as well. Age ain't nothing but a number. When it comes to whether you're a mature man and you know what it takes to take care of a family, that's what matters. That's what matters. That's all that matters. Okay? And I'm pretty sure she's sitting there with probably 2 or 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? So she's looking and wanting somebody to come take care of her and her kids. That's another notion. That's another thing, you know what I'm saying, that you got to look at. Okay? Because I'm pretty sure she is. You know, I'm pretty sure she is. You very seldom find them in that age range without a couple kids. You know what I'm saying? You very seldom do. Most of the time, there's something about 4 or 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you. Just keeping it real. But the nerve of this woman, like, she better wake up and realize that in a few more years, she gonna be getting the bottom of the barrel because she didn't want to take average. And then the fact that, okay, it's a difference if this man didn't have ambitions and had other dreams and goals he wanted to chase, because you're not going to make a success out of everything. You're going to come up, you're going to fall. You're going to come up, you're going to fall. The point of the matter is you getting up, dusting yourself off, getting back at it. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. And the fact that you think you're too good for that was wild. The fact that you don't even know how to respect yourself enough, you know what I'm saying, to come on, make a live video or whatever this was you made, you know what I'm saying, with a damn nightgown and bonnet on or whatever that is, I don't know what that is, shows how much self-respect you have for yourself, you know. That's real. That's ridiculous to me. Do you know what I'm saying? This ain't the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness. You know, have the decency to put on something. You know, show yourself. Be respectful. You know, present yourself in a good fashion. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But the fact that you think you too good for a damn Uber driver, this is the typical woman right here, though. This is the typical woman right here. But hey, y'all share, like, and subscribe, man. Peace. I'm out.